wants to tell us what happened last time on Rise of the Runelords?
Bring up my notes.
Fucked up shapeshifters.
Yeah. So the foxgloves? Not the foxgloves. Well, we already knew that, but they are so not the foxgloves. They are in fact monsters that invited us in for lunch. We were having none of that. Tried to yoink and grab Sola, and were super fucking strong. And anyway, ended up with Shay for Sola's protection, yeeting her.
No, when you said anyway, I was worried you were going to skip over the fact that you suplexed the party's healer.
Shay suplex Sola. Would she rather stay in the building?
That's fair.
It's either she takes maybe 1 damage landing on her butt, or she gets attacked by monsters that seem super fucking strong. One of these things is not like the others.
Did she fucking complain?
She did not complain. She took it like a champ. We also learned that Mesmine needs to work on her melee combat. Apparently she was not practicing, like she told Shay she was. AKA the Dice Gods did not like Mesmine that day. We searched the house. We found a whole box of goodies. There's a whole bunch of magic in it. Shay, Sola, and Mesmine all had no fucking clue what these monsters were.
Yeah.
None
of the people who have dungeoneering were in that outing.
I just love whenever we split the party, there's the inevitable, oh fuck, the person who knows this skill isn't here.
No more. Not anymore. That's
Not...
It's the thing that pisses me off about this system more than anything else. But now I have ranks and all the fucking knowledge skills. And I hate it that I had to waste that many skill ranks for it. But it's been done.
It's been done. Makes sense, too, for Sola. Went to the Pink Pony Club. Met up with a new vigilante who the party has never met before.
A very mysterious young man.
And on their way there, we found a cool pink horse that Shadow Mist made friends with. And I believe... did the text RP with Sabille happen before Pink Pony Club?
No, the text RP with Sabille is going to be happening after, in the evening of this day.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Sab will saunter into Kaijitsu Manor at some point tomorrow with her findings. If that's okay with you, Matt. We can also, retcon it that you're off doing that at this time if you would prefer. But, my original idea was that it would be after this.
Whatever's easier.
What should you prefer?
Matt, decision.
Matt.
We don't have to change anything. We can go with the original plan.
Okay. All right. So, when we rejoined the party, they were all in a back room at the Pink Pony Club, recounting what it is that they had encountered, at least a bit, with a certain Mr. Rowan over here. So, that's, again, where we're picking up. Except that as you all have been chatting about next steps, plans, where to get more invitations to the upcoming soiree, Augustiana arrives a good half hour late, we'll say. Probably, enjoying herself, partying. It is Lesbian Awareness Day at the Pink Pony Club. So, lots of women out there. But, yeah, Augie walks into the back room, and Augustiana, to give you, well, you've been in this back room before, but to set the scene for you, the back room at the Pink Pony Club, there's a special door you go behind, and it ceases being just, a back office. And there's a desk and whatnot. There's spaces to sit, but there's also mats laid out as if for training or gym use. There's also a uniform of some sort in a glass display case. A cute little blue outfit. Looks vaguely monk roby, with a set of tonfa at the base of it. And it's labeled bunny in common.
Labeled what? Sorry?
Bunny.
Bunny?
Bunny.
Okay.
Like a rabbit. But you arrive just as the party has started to discuss potentially getting more tickets to the party. Shrapnel is not entirely sure how many additional tickets he can secure. He's got a Connect, but the Connect is there for him. Less so for other people. That's where we'll pick up, with Augie arriving late.
So sorry, I was shopping.
Trap, are you buying this line?
I'm sorry, my audio cut out. All I heard was shopping.
Yes, Augie has alleged that she is shopping. Do you buy this line?
The doggy, of course I do.
How do you respond?
Out this late with the curfew. Didn't I tell you I was getting you an outfit for tomorrow?
It has been like a month since I played. I genuinely don't remember, but
Rob did not.
He did not say that shit. He did not say that
okay.
shit.
I must have forgotten.
Well, I hope you give it a chance. Picking it up later tonight. But might need some help with city guard.
Oh?
Yes.
Is it-
Augie, you may have missed this. There's a curfew in effect now. So after about 9 or 10 o'clock, everybody's going to have to go home.
Gotcha. And is it nighttime now?
It's evening.
Evening.
It's
Okay.
getting there.
And sorry, is everyone here right now, or is it just?
Everyone.
Everyone's here in.
Everybody.
We still don't know about Shayla's. Like, this is Shayla's though. It's just
Mhm.
this is like we only know this as this is Augie's contact.
Mm-hmm. And Augie, you would also probably have known, I imagine, that the other group was going to go to Foxglove Manor if you wanted to ask about that. Well, Foxglove Townhouse.
So the townhouse here in
Mhm.
Magmar, not
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
okay. Well, how did it go?
There's a little kind of snort from Sola. She shakes her head. It was get to say oh, we did find the deed that you will need. Just like pulls out from the folds of her wraps the deed, because I believe that's what we found, right?
Yes, you did find a deed. Cody, you can find that in resources. It's all typed up.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask you one thing at this state.
Did she pull it out, or she will go over and gently pluck it and start reading it over.
Would you like time to read it over above table?
Yes.
Or would you like me to give you the cliff notes?
No, you can just give me the cliff notes. That's way longer than I thought it was going to be.
That's fair. So, the cliff notes here, in terms of things that would stand out to you, Augie, how much business have you done? How much do you know about property law?
More than the average person, maybe, but not I assume Shay might know a lot about property law.
Oh, Shay would know a ton about property law. Shay knows more about
Not that
property
much.
law than you would ever want to know about property law.
She knows so much.
So, go ahead. We'll just call this,
Can I help?
knowledge would this be? I mean, Shay could roll profession lawyer for looking this over. Let me see what Augie has here that we can go off of. I will take, history or nobility.
Nobility it is.
Okay. Nobility. So, Augie, you have seen some of these contracts before. Certainly more than the average person would, as a part of your previous life as a kept woman TM. You would help Serpico with some of his business dealings, and that necessitated that you understand what it is that you're looking at if you're going to be spying on it, or making a couple of quick adjustments, a little snip here, a little zhuzh there. And a couple things stand out to you about this particular one. Firstly, this is a really fucking weird arrangement. It's not ownership of Foxglove Manor in perpetuity, which is what you would expect. Instead, it looks like Voral Foxglove, that is, Big Daddy Foxglove, who attempted to become a lich, made an arrangement with the Brothers Seven, such that the Brothers Seven have partial ownership of Foxglove Manor, which reverts to the Brothers Seven on a date that's coming up in the future. And it specifies all lands of Foxglove Manor within a mile around and below. Which is a strange thing to say. Within a mile around is usually fine, but for them to have specified below stands out as a little strange to you. On top of that, you do notice that one of the forms of collateral provided is the Seven Sawmill, which is here in Magnamar. And that stands out to you because, well, you've been in a sawmill recently, and you did not like it. But that's what stands out to you here.
I hate this. That's my damn house.
Yes, you will have to get the contract amended if you want permanent ownership of the house.
Turns to Shay. Do you think you could help me with any loopholes?
Sure. I could try to.
Hands. Is this? You said it's a deed? Is that what it's called?
It's a deed, yeah.
Yeah. Shay, fix it.
Shay looks it over. Oh boy.
Shay, this is fucking weird. This is
This-
fucking weird. You've seen a lot of property deeds in your time. This one is not structured like most property deeds you've seen.
She reads the shit for breakfast, man. Like over breakfast.
Go ahead and make me a law check.
Heard. So it's going to be a 22.
22. That's a bit better. You do find something here that kind of illuminates, perhaps, what might have happened to our good friend Aldern Foxglove that left him in such a destitute state. You will note that the Brothers Seven, per this contract, agreed only to fund the initial construction of Foxglove Manor. Any repairs to Foxglove Manor are the sole responsibility of Laurel Foxglove and his descendants. They aren't paying for that shit. And so the pieces fall into place for you that as Foxglove Manor fell into disrepair, first with the death of Vorel, then with the fire, and certainly with the abandonment that then happened, if Aldern wanted to live in it, he would have had to pay for extensive repairs, and he would have had to do that on his own coin. As for loopholes, well, there's not a ton that stand out to you. You would need to have this amended by one of the justices in Magdamar, as this is where the contract was signed. But it's very straightforward. After 100 years from the construction of Foxglove Manor, the ownership of it reverts back to the Brothers Seven.
Okay, wait, so it's after 100 years.
From the construction of Foxglove Manor. A specific date is given.
From the
6th of Abadius.
Where? Or since that needs to be one of the justices here in Magdamar, since that's where it was signed, right? Okay. So she probably scratches her head, and she's like right near the door to the back room here, because there's a total fucking stranger over there. And she's gonna turn to look at Augie and I guess point out the different lines that she's referring to. It's like, Augs, you know, it'll cost a lot, a lot. It's all on you to fix it.
I can find the money.
And you have to see one of the justices here to get it amended.
GM, does Augustiana have any run-ins with any of the justices?
Oh yes, you would be familiar with one of them, Justice Ironbriar.
Poor man.
Positive or negative?
He has been nothing but lovely to you.
Great.
He's a bit of a stick in the mud, but he's, doing his best.
I may know someone we can go see.
She nods. And DM,
Mm-hmm.
could Shay write down and kind of copy the wording of this so she can continue to study it?
Yeah, of course. You have plenty of time to make a copy. You have time to make as many copies as you would like.
Okay. She give back deed to Augie.
She will stow it away and thank Shay.
Nod from Shay. Question, did we mention the monsters yet?
Nobody has mentioned the monsters.
Jay's gonna turn to Sola. Sola, please.
It's just an eyebrow raise, like, what the fuck do you want?
Do you want to tell him about the things?
I don't know, Shay. You want to tell us?
Sola just tilts her head. Why do you seem nervous? We killed them.
Yeah.
And you still seem nervous and reluctant.
She looks at Sola. And I want to roll for this. That's a fucking 2? Okay. She's looking at Sola. And against her will, her eyes dart to Shrap before they dart back to Sola.
Sola follows her gaze, looks at Trap, kind of looks them up and down. Well, it's not like they're going to do anything. They didn't summon them. At least I hope not. You didn't summon any shapeshifters recently, have you?
I'm sorry, what?
See.
So then, shapeshifters?
And Sola's like looking back at Shay and just sighs and like rubs her temple. I swear. We're supposed to be working together and figuring out this whole demonic cult thing. Get your tail in a fucking twist. It's one person.
Y'all need the room?
No, she will learn.
I think you
opens her
guys
mouth.
alone for 5 minutes, and now Sola's saying fuck.
She closes her mouth.
And Sola just kind of like gestures broadly. There are two demonic type entities at the house. Shapeshifted to look like Foxglove and his wife. They knew us.
What?
Was Shay trying to say something?
Yeah, she's like that. They weren't demons. I know demons.
Yeah, none of us could figure out what they are, so demon-like is the closest we can get.
Technically, they. Never
Yes.
mind.
Technically. Shadris, if you have something to add it.
Closes her mouth. Shakes her head.
Sola just staring her down.
Nothing to add.
This is
She-
incredible.
She
You don't even have Mez to hide behind.
don't have this to hide behind. We know what she does. She does have.
Sabile's not helpful.
No, she's got a little
Excuse
box.
She's good for hiding behind.
She is.
Yeah, but then Sabile will start teasing her worse,
You know what?
which is
Shay
the opposite of helpful.
there's a bit of a retcon. On the way here, Shay split off and joined back the party. I think is what we're going with.
Yeah,
Kira?
that's what we're going
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, she came back. She's holding a box. It's like slightly bigger than a shoebox, and she's just holding it. She's like, okay, nope, closing my mouth. Nothing to add here. Gonna hold my box. be away from stranger.
But they knew who we were and they were talking as if we were friends. So not completely copies of Foxglove's mind, but close enough to be slightly concerning.
And I didn't smell like anything.
And I assume that is odd in your experience.
Nod.
Miss Catcut.
Yes.
Okay, now I know there's mega doubt of Shrub encountering this in the city, but has they read about it?
Well, Shayla's might have. You can go ahead and make me a knowledge dungeoneering roll. Oh! Well, there's a couple things that could be.
I got a 3.
You're not entirely sure which one exactly it is, but if you're dealing with something that can change shape and has no scent to it, you think you're dealing with some sort of aberration.
Can I try a dungeoneering roll?
Sure, if you would like.
Let's see what one I can roll today.
No.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. A dirty 20. Sabine, you have also read some books. This sounds to you like a faceless stalker. Which is really fucking weird. Because they're things that you don't usually see outside of, well, there's these other shadowy creatures called aboleths that tend to employ them. They're kind of like gophers for the aboleths. They do a whole lot of things. They change shape, they spy on people, they murder people, so on and so forth. They can change shape into pretty much anything. It takes them about 10 minutes to do, and it's something that's quite euphoric for them. But it strikes you as, again, just really fucking weird to have heard of a faceless stalker in Magnamar. Like, this is the sort of thing that would show up in a plot device in a contrived novel. You know?
So you say they smelled like nothing, took their forms, but knew a little bit of what they knew?
So nuts.
Sounds like a faceless stalker, but that just raises more questions than it answers. And never met an aboleth, but I've read enough that I think I don't want to.
Sola just shakes her head again. Yeah, what is another question for all of the ones we have stacked up? Every turn we take, there's another confusion.
The stack has gotten awful heavy.
Trap, what are you thinking at this time, as this conversation goes on?
I'm thinking I need a drink.
Is he getting up and heading outside?
I think he'll stand straight and stop leaning on the table, and his eyes wander towards Bunny's uniform. Now, I know there was a mess back in Sandpoint. Wait,
Holding.
They mentioned that the Faceless Stalkers knew them?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Any chance these things followed you?
Sola kind of tilts her head. You are not looking to prevent anybody following this necessarily, but they would have had to wait a long time. You were handling family business and funerals at Sandpoint for over a week.
I think at the mention of funerals, anyone especially receptive would catch, trap, flinch.
Should we roll for it, Charles?
Sure, anyone who would like.
Anyone who would like can roll to catch a flinch.
Can that be perception or sense motive?
Are you trying to hide the flinch at all?
I don't think in this moment he can hide it.
Perception.
Well, that's a nat 1.
Makes sense.
That's
That's my bestie.
31.
Say your dress!
That's
The woman that you are!
she's not doing the best, okay?
Look, Shayadress is looking at her box when this happens. Like,
She's looking
mention
at
of the
her
funeral
box.
happens, she looks at the box for comfort, and she does not see the flinch whatsoever.
Chandler, can you bring your comfort box into the club?
This would be a new box. Sabila's never seen it before.
This is a different box. This is a different box.
It's not your original comfort box.
No. There's no peanuts in this one. But, yeah, so I would say probably everyone then would notice it. That feels safe to me. Except Shayadress, who is, God help her, avoiding this reunion as much as she can.
I think Shrap looked in Shay's general direction, and Shay was scared of eye contact, so she looked up at the box.
Sola's eyes narrow slightly. And she tilts her head. Did you know somebody that we buried?
Boy, I hope you're ready to lie.
Small town. Hard not to know someone.
Oh, so you're from Sandpoint.
Stop by time to time.
Time to time?
GM, can I
lie?
can I start Inspire Competence performance?
They will notice you doing it.
Yes, it's just her being distracting.
Right now.
You insert yourself, so you're gonna have to start rolling against Sola too, man.
Pray tell, what is this inspired, this absolutely not pointed and targeted Inspire Competence? What does this look like?
Let's see. I need to understand it better.
Touching up Shrap's makeup.
Well, what perform skill are you using? Dance?
So it's tied to my perform skill. Yes, it would be dance.
Beautiful.
So she's
just-
just busting a move right now.
Just fucking gets nervous, starts doing interpretive dance. Okay.
Yeah, break
So-
it down.
The way I'm imagining this is that there's just it's just a hair too long, the silence after time to time, and Augie starts to dance along in time to the music like she's Fortnite emoting in the background. Is what I am imagining here, Cody.
Accidentally hit B.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right. Do you have to roll for Inspire Courage? I don't. Inspire Confidence? I don't think you do, but I'm not sure.
No, I
No.
just have to start using my
Your
Bard
rounds.
performance. Yep.
Okay, so Augie starts suspiciously Fortnite emoting in the background, which, I mean, it's not unheard of for Augie, but it's noticeable. You all see this. She's, like, putting in a lot of effort to these dance moves. Like, it's weird. Somebody spent a lot of time animating these. And it seems to have happened exactly in the middle of this tense conversation about funerals. Which is a little strange that Oggs is hitting the gritty in the background, but that's what we're
It
dealing
is a
with here.
traditional funeral dance of the Ascanti.
I love that you've been a bard for 3 sessions and you're already doing bard shit. God help us all. Sola's son-in-law is dead.
She's mourning right now with her body.
See, the thing is Sola had to put on the fucking, like, funeral for her son-in-law, which included art shit. And if someone
Yeah.
started doing the fucking gritty at the funeral, she would have kicked their ass out the door.
Not the gritty. Oh, such a 90s fucking gifts, man.
Somehow, this will give Shayla a bonus to the bluff check.
Everyone's thinking, what the fuck is Augie doing?
Because everyone's like, what the fuck is Vicky doing? Oh man. Shayla, let's make a bluff check. Make a bluff check, please.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. What's the bonus from Inspire?
+3.
Alright. +3. Are you using your new version where it's +4 instead?
Yeah.
Or is it... Okay.
Oh
Right.
no! So it only gets +1 for the new. It's +2 if someone's making a will save against the
Oh,
roll,
okay.
but
Alright.
the positive effects are +1.
Alright, so +3. So you get a 24. Sola, go ahead and roll me a sense mode.
Sense
Hmm.
motive.
Does Sabine roll
Right.
well because she caught on?
I mean, Seville is pretty... I mean, anybody who wants to can roll a sense motive here.
Am
Okay,
I allowed
hold-
to, or am I blocked?
Hold.
Anyone who thinks that Shrap is not Shrap has to let me know.
Sola doesn't think that they're not trapped. Sola just thinks they're a liar.
But when they get to that point, because this is actually important.
+40 to the check. Fuck.
And
DM.
Perception again. I want perception. Damn it.
DM,
It's sense motive, I'm very sorry.
am I allowed to roll, or does my nat 1 on the perception
Your nat
Am I
one
too
has fucked
distracted?
you. Your nat one has fucked you.
cries and +17 sense motive?
Well, that was a 20.
A nat 20!
Oh god.
Oh shit!
For a total
Oh.
of 24.
I'm getting got by Auntie.
You're getting smash got. Alright. Is anyone else rolling?
Yeah, sure. That's a 1.
That's
No!
My God. Alright. Sab,
Hi, Shay.
This seems like a
Sabine
nice
is trying to
upstanding
comfort
young man.
Shay.
Yeah, Sabine goes over and is like, Shay, it's okay. It's alright. It's fine. You don't have to hug the box so
What
tight.
the fuck is that?
I know it's weird that Augie's hitting the gritty in the background right now, and that goes against most social mores, but
I know that she lied to you earlier and you cried, and now she's hitting when you're having a moment of distress. I can't explain that. I'm
It's
sorry.
a comforting dance of the other people that are now died out.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes, those other people. Thank
Yes.
you.
Oh my god.
This is incredible. Thank you for being such a good sport about this, Cody, as well. This is wonderful. I love this. This is great. This is great. Sola, not only do you know that this nice young man is lying to you, Charlie, choose one thing that Trap does not want Sola to know.
Oh god.
Sola now knows this thing.
Does this have to be like about the recent happenings or in general?
Tied to the funerals at home.
I think I'm gonna go with like as hurt as Strap is, there is a deep sense of regret that he has for not being at the funeral.
So Sola, he is lying, and he very, very deeply regrets not being there. Charlie, what does that look like on Trap's face? What gives that away?
Man's probably close to tears.
He's got the cowboy hat pulled a little low. So Sola, that's what you've got.
So her eyes kind of narrow. She is locked in on Trap now. And you see her head tilt just a little bit. What kept you from the funerals?
In short, everything. I was close to one of them.
And there's a brow that goes up. Which one?
The girl. Sorry.
Go ahead.
He just answers the girl.
And there is a strained look on Sola's face at that. She deserved better. I tried to give her the best burial I could.
Trap will press his lips together in a nod. I know her parents, so I know you're doing that alone, and I'm grateful she had you. She did deserve better.
Are you a friend?
She was my best friend. She came around often. Taught me a lot. Taught me everything.
She kind of tilts her head a little bit. It was that close. Yet I do not recall your name being anywhere for me to send notice to.
Couple chuckle, but you know, I feel like with that 20, you know it's force. Katrina's a real party girl. Her parents didn't know much about that, so no surprise there.
I feel like at that point, Scylla's eyes dart to the others in the room because they know her better. So she doesn't know what to judge by if party girl is true or not.
This is a free fact for those of you who grew up in Sandpoint. Katrine Vinder was in fact a party girl. Had kind of always been a party girl. She was always going about town, even when she was younger, looking for something to do, hanging out with other kids, causing trouble. Sort of a more impish spirit than one of the Sandys, for instance. She was probably, while the Sandys were, say, orchestrating a theft of a single cookie jar left out, Katrine was probably trying to steal some money so that she could go out and, buy some under-the-counter liquor. So she was very adventurous and very rambunctious. That much is certainly true. She had a great deal of paramours from out of town. And that's a freebie for anyone who grew up in Sandpoint.
So nobody else gonna do anything. Okay, cool.
Well,
Augie is still
Shay,
pirouetting across the room.
Shay is locked out of this chat because of her nat 1 on perception, and Sabille fell down that hole with her.
Shay, you knew Katrine pretty well, didn't you?
Oh, sorry. Hi, ow. Okay.
Sailor.
Ow.
Hi, Sailor.
Hi, buddy. Yeah. Hold on, give me a second.
You knew Katrine pretty well, didn't you? Dog bark.
Ow.
Elabor, no.
Elabor, what are you doing here? Charlie, I updated your languages on the chart for you.
You add all my comments.
Get out.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. Well, what was the last thing you said?
You knew a lot. You knew Katrine pretty well, didn't you? I believe.
And who was that said to?
You.
Ah, okay.
Sabille said that to Shay.
Shay, looking at her box. Holding it very close, very level. Looks up at Sabille. Yeah, kinda. Those said a jails, though.
Does that provoke a reaction?
We're just gathering evidence.
Look, if If Charlie didn't want to do this shit, then they need to come out and tell us.
It's my whole class. I'm gonna hold on to it.
This is gonna be the way it is until it comes out, man. We're gonna keep digging.
So, no reaction check?
No.
No, begging everyone's pardon, but why are we speaking to the dead right now?
Curiosity. More than anything else. And to make sure that I did not miss somebody that I shouldn't have. It's not every day that you have to do a funeral for somebody that you don't know well.
Oof.
Shadris, you are no longer stun locked by your box, by the way.
Thank God.
So if you would like to chat, feel free.
Thank you for the offer.
Understood.
It's just a nod from Shay of like, yeah, that was kind of rough. But what I helped as much as I could.
And you were helpful. But that is still a shame that they missed somebody that claims her as a best friend.
She's gonna look at Trap. Any recognition of like, ever seen you before?
If you want to try and roll, you're making a steep roll, but it's a thing you can do.
I feel like Shay would. I know it's useless.
It's not. You can roll a 20. If you roll a 20, you succeed.
The way I'm rolling tonight, I don't know, man.
You wanna hold my dice?
That was a threat.
Either that's a threat against Amy, or that might actually cure Matt's dice somehow.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to roll check.
That would be sense motive.
Sense motive. Boom. Do. Well, I got a 2
Oh my god.
for 19 total.
You've never seen this man in your life.
That's twice as much as I rolled.
Oh my god.
There's this confusion on Shay's face. As like, who the fuck is this? Like, you new? Could try him?
It's kind of difficult to miss, don't you think?
She opens her mouth. Those who know her would know it was going to be a smart-ass comment, and she closes her mouth.
And pinching Bridget nose.
There's a shrug.
So, where are we going with this?
And Sola just looks at Sabine and just like shakes her head. Didn't I just tell you?
There's curiosity for one, but there's also where you're going with it.
What Sola said a second ago was legitimately the only thought process behind it, so I don't know what Sabine is implying.
Just the question of why we are hung up on this.
So Sola has like, just like looks and again makes the same hand gesture of like, I just told you the entire thought process.
Alright. Should we move on then?
Augustiana finishes dancing, does the sign of the cross. Amen.
So, moving on from the subject of deaths in Sandpoint, what else would the
Amen.
party like to discuss tonight?
We have to
Next
figure out a plan,
moves,
but
perhaps,
the
yeah.
plan shit has been spread out so far that I have no earthly idea what any of it is at this point.
We have to get people into the party. Shrap and Augie have invites. We can either see about securing more to get more people into there, or we can try to find other things to do what's going on. We're looking into the Brothers 7, who are supposedly going to have people at the party.
Mm-hmm.
There's also sneaking in.
Yes, there is sneaking in. It'll be tough, but it is possible. And as a reminder, the party is being held on a ship that will take off and then, sail around Magnemar before returning.
The invites are for Shrap and Augie.
Mm-hmm.
And plus ones?
Shrap said that he can probably get an additional, but he needs time to work on that.
And plus ones?
Yes.
Okay.
We would essentially just need one more invite for that last person.
Mm-hmm. So you're in search of a single additional invite. You can make plans to acquire that invite, or if there's other stuff you want to tackle in the city, there's plenty of things to look into.
I mean, Augie is full team party, so...
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all can stay. I have to go pick up some stuff.
Were you needing help?
Yeah, actually. And he'll look directly at Shadress.
Flinch. Panic. Yeah?
You seem good with the law.
She blinks.
Long story short, I'm not very good with the law.
The blink turns to a squint.
Yeah, we're finding the stranger overload here. Piss her off.
The override.
Mhm.
Oh. Kai?
All I'm
Yeah.
looking to do is pick up a nice, pretty dress and an outfit for myself. But it's past curfew.
Can't you get it tomorrow?
Mm-mm. Friend's going out of town. And you seem like you know your way around city guards.
There's a blink. And what is the vibe of Strap right now?
That's a great question. Overly confident.
Overly confident.
Mhm.
There's a twitch of the eyebrow of like, you want me to help you break the rules. She thinks for a second. She holds her box closer to her chest. And what exactly are the rules? Kinda need to know them.
The rules of Magmar? You're asking me.
The curfew.
The curfew. He'll cross his arms and tap a finger on one of his biceps. That's a great question. And like I said just before, I ain't very good with the rules.
Wait, hold on.
Uh-huh. Old.
Clarifying, did he just say he wasn't very good with the rules?
Yeah, he's not good with laws or rules. In short, he did not care to read the rules.
He was handed a
Okay.
flyer, by the way. He was handed multiple flyers, as a matter of
Didn't he
fact.
take one?
He didn't fucking read them.
No, he was looking at the aesthetics.
He told Theo that he was gonna take one to redecorate it.
That doesn't mean he's going to read it.
Does he have it with him?
It's been a few hours. You can assume not.
Oh my fucking god.
Ironbrier's graphic design skills have gone to waste.
Can't fucking believe it. I imagine Shay, her social anxiety meter has lowered because she's just like the audacity meter is rising in direct proportion. She just opens her mouth and she closes it. Yeah, sure, I'd fucking love to. Love to find a way around a rule I don't even fucking know.
Listen, Shopkeep's a very lovely lady. I'm sure you'll get along with her quite nicely.
Probably not.
Oh. It's a bit combative there.
Don't even know the rule.
Shay, I'm sure we can find out. It's gotta be posted up somewhere.
Looks at Sabine. There's a pause. She thinks, yeah, if it's a new thing, they had to have posted it. So there's gotta be flyers. She nods. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so I could look at it and try to figure out a way around it.
There's no time for that. We gotta go right now.
Why the fuck right now? Are they leaving now?
So what's the deal with this whole change of tune? You're awfully emphatic on getting Shay to come with.
Would you like to accompany me instead?
Sorry, can you run that by me again?
Would you like to accompany me instead?
Sure, why not?
No! I'm gone!
We're going. Okay.
Yep.
Augie,
Yes?
you good on perfumes? I'm going to Theo's if you want me to pick anything up.
Augie, you would know Theo's, because Theo runs one of the higher class cosmetic establishment in Magnemar. She's who the hoi polloi go to for custom palettes and perfumes and things of that nature.
Oh. I am good on scents, but if you could pick up some rouge, that'd be great.
On Rouge coming right up.
She looks at Sabine, looks at Sola, looks at Augie. Yes, well, I'll see you soon.
You sure you're gonna be alright?
She's reached the stage of indignation. She's fine.
Not indignant.
You know what? I'm gonna make a fucking bluff check. That is a lie.
No, the definition of indignation is anger or annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment. This does not seem like unfair treatment. This is annoyance. It is technically not indignation. Shay is not lying.
See, has it morphed into indignation with Sola's statement?
I think so.
Oh, fuck. What's her bluff score? I'm assuming a negative.
20 plus your charisma, so negative.
-1. Let's
Negative.
go. It's a 12 total.
It's a 12, so it does not take very much effort here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I rolled a 2 and I beat it.
I think Shay herself is caught up on the technicalities of indignation. She's like, no, I'm not.
She says, "No, I'm not," but her tail flicks like she is.
Well, whatever you would like to call it, can we settle it weird as hell?
I can't believe you gave me so much shit for lying.
But I'm not? I just don't really want to stay here. And this is... check it out.
You sure you want to head out with somebody you hardly know?
She thinks for a second.
You can trust him.
There's a squint.
I don't know
Like,
if
you already
it's
lied to me once earlier, Augie.
I don't know if this is really about trust.
Side-eye to Shrap.
I mean, if you want to take a shot, it's open bar.
Oh,
Would help with the
don't do
courage.
it. You'll be interesting.
Okay, do you want company?
Thinks for a second. And then she kind of props her little box on the side of her hip. As she shakes her head. Now, though as much as I would, like a company, I'd rather you stay here with Sol and Ox and Meg. In case something happens.
To celebrate the auspicious day?
What?
Don't sound so upset with it. If Miss Mina's back here and she is not surrounded by a crowd, then we can actually drink.
Sounds like fun.
And if you need to pass out somewhere, there's a few rooms upstairs. Just let Shepard know that I let you guys stay. Shop's gonna wait by the door.
The go back to holding the box properly. And she does a little wave of bye. And don't get sick.
Or do. Like I said, it's an open bar.
I will say I'm pretty sure Augustiana has been sick like 50% of our sessions, so no promises.
I mean, this session she was sick with it.
She was sick. Those moves were ill. God, Cody, Augie is so wonderful.
What a fucking treasure.
You know what dance she was doing?
The gritty.
The one from Dale and Dawson.
Dawson, where she's just like doing the wave and shit. Oh my god.
Oh,
alright.
fuck.
So the party gathers together. Now the adults are staying behind to have a few drinks.
Adults, Augie's younger than Shay.
So, as all of you leave, because I imagine all of you are leaving at some point, you see that the bar has started to empty out a little bit. There seems to be a little commotion toward the front of the bar. Nothing too untoward, but it seems like with the curfew approaching, there are some guards posted outside who are there to accompany people to their destinations. They're grouping up by wards, so whenever somebody is getting ready to leave, they can join one of the guards that's heading to that ward, and they'll have a bit of an escort. That way, nobody is alone in the streets at night. But as the bar has started to thin out a little bit owing to the goings-on, you emerge and, well, sitting at the bar is a figure that I think almost all of you would recognize at this point. There's a woman sitting on one of the stools, leaning over, having a conversation with one of the other women who has decided to play bartender. She doesn't work here, but she's, dressed up pretty nice and seems very captivated by her. This is a tiefling woman who seems far more interested in her book and her wine than in talking to this woman, but does occasionally look up in order to indulge the conversation. It's Gris.
What the
Crap
fuck?
is immediately going behind the counter and shooing that woman away.
She's really going up to Gris like, what the fuck? What the fuck is she doing here? What the fuck?
So, which one of you gets there first?
Shay would freeze and shock, so probably Shrap.
But Shrap is focused purely on the person pretending to be an employee.
I mean, it's an open bar, so I've heard.
You did say it's an open bar!
It's
like
open
3
bar,
times.
You don't have to pretend to be an employee.
That's gotta violate health code.
Thank you, Z.
Yeah, that's exactly the energy, isn't it? So, Shrap, how are you immediately going behind the bar? Are you making it obvious what you're doing? Are you blowing up this woman's spot entirely?
Yeah, I'm saying you know the rules. Not behind the bar. You can be on top of it, never behind.
She looks at you and rolls her eyes. But it's a holiday.
No buts. We have one rule.
The woman sticks out her tongue and rolls her eyes and starts heading away. You've managed to intimidate her a little bit, enough to get her out of there. And as you do, Gris looks up at you, Shrap, and smiles softly. Then, thank you. Some people, they do not get a hint.
Ain't that the case? It's been a bit.
She narrows her eyes. And then you see just a faint little flick of magic. And then she nods. Ah, yes, it has, hasn't it? Do not tell me you were tormenting Shy. And she looks over to Shadress.
Strap will look over too. Maybe just a little.
Chris will tilt her head. Shay, what state are you in?
Surprise, shock, annoyance, confusion. Social anxiety meter is slightly climbing. Jaw slightly dropped, not fully. It's like, what the fuck? When? Why?
Has she said anything yet, or is she just kind of a gawp?
A little bit, yeah. I think she's gonna start making her way over to because I imagine Strap just beeline to the bar once he saw someone behind it.
He takes his job very seriously.
So I feel like now she's starting to make her way over.
Strap will grab some wine, gin, maybe some tequila. Let you two have a moment, and he'll bring the bottles to the others.
Whole bottles, Jesus.
Who's getting what bottle?
Just free game.
God, who's gonna drink the tequila?
Can Sibylla have absinthe?
You know who's gonna drink the tequila.
I was afraid of that.
It is Augie, isn't it? It is Augie. Augie is the tequila bitch of the party. So, Trap, you pour the wine and then you leave them to speaking. And Shay, Chris just puts her head on her hand and looks over at you and smiles. Shy, I am seeing some friends here you have not introduced me to.
Shay just walks over, just standing. I guess next to Chris, holding her little box in front of her. Just confused. What? What friends are you talking about? What are you doing? Yeah.
Having a drink?
I fucking know that.
She just looks at you. Is it not legal to have a drink anymore?
It is, but why are you in Magma?
Would you prefer for me not to be in Magnemar?
Quick question for you, DM. Was this on Gris's schedule?
This was not on Gris's schedule.
Shay just lifts up a hand, just like, no? Or it wasn't on the calendar?
Yes, well, I had the feeling that when you said you were going to Magnemar, you would be a little overwhelmed, and, well, Shy, you are a little overwhelmed.
Opens her mouth. Closes her mouth. She is overwhelmed. Can't say shit about that. Can't deny that. Wait, well, yeah. But got a job to do?
Oh, you are doing a job here, in a bar, near the curfew?
Yeah.
Chris will lean to look to the rest of the party. And there's a bit of a smirk on her face as she does this. And she will point to Shay as she speaks. Is Shay really working here, or, well, she does not like to lie, but sometimes she likes to take things as work that are favors.
You have no idea how hard Shay is working now.
Sola just kind of like snorts. Imagine like raising a glass towards Chris when she spots her. Yes, she thinks it's work.
Yes, that is the sticking point, is it not? I believe that is the saying.
Cause it is.
She will lean back very imperiously against the bar. Shay, what work are you doing now?
Escort mission.
Well, we were planning some stuff, and now I gotta help that guy out.
Oh, that guy. She looks over to Shrap.
Yeah.
She looks you in the eye, Shrap. She doesn't say anything, but she looks you in the eye.
Head tilt down, hand in front of eyes. We're not proud of this moment.
And you are willing to transgress upon the curfew for that guy?
Well, if I can get a look at the ruling, I might be able to work around it.
Oh, I have one right here. She will snap, and there's a reproduction poster. But it's rolled out. She's smiling.
Can I see it?
Perhaps if we bargain.
She blinks. Just thinking, what does Chris want? There's the tiniest, like 1% of fear. Because you don't want to hear a devil say, "Let's bargain." And she'll look at the windows. DM, are there posters put up on the windows?
There's no posters on this window.
Fuck. Okay. Shit.
You okay? Are you?
No. That was a reaction.
Okay.
Like, ah,
just making sure.
Yeah.
Just go across the street or something.
There's gotta be one on the corner at the very least.
She's thinking. And then a light bulb moment. Ow!
Oh. And Chris will tilt her head. She's very interested in whatever just happened here.
Can't be out. We negotiate.
Chris will look over to the rest of the party. Do you see how sweet she is with me?
What?
Sola does not want any, even tacit association with whatever fucking foreplay this is. So she has already turned away and is ignoring the two of them.
Jay's like, what the fuck do you mean, sweet? We're having a legal negotiation now.
Chris considers that sweet.
You know what, fair. Valid. Jay is going to point to the rolled up thing. If you share with me the ruling on it, and if you help me find a way around it, I'll give you this. She holds up the box.
That's the good box.
No, this is a different box. This is Shay's box that she got on the way here.
This is the comfort box.
Yes.
She holds out her comfort box.
Are you going to be okay if you give up your comfort box?
Chris studies you very intently. She does this a lot, especially when negotiations are happening. She's trying to size you up. And even though she's in her smaller form now, the shape of this look does not change. And you can see very easily, if you try, her real face underneath it. A slight modification. For the price of showing you the poster and helping you with it. Will you walk me to wherever it is you're staying?
Shay turns to look at the group. Because everyone's staying at Amako's family's place. She needs approval and consent to share the location.
Just look over her shoulder, see the question. Look to Sabiel and Augie with like a shrug and look back. You're talking about a demon. If she wanted to come find us, she could anyway.
She's
a devil.
We're talking about a devil, but it's also her wife.
Ah, look at that! I was going to say the same thing.
Shay, I didn't know you were so worldly.
Shay is going to put her head on top of the box, face down. I'm not. Just, are you okay with knowing? That's all I needed.
Again, she could pop up whenever she wanted to, realistically.
No, don't spoil my fun, old friend.
And so just like shrugs, like, just stating the facts here.
Just turn to look at Sabiel and Augie.
I'm fine with it. You
Turns to
live with
Augie.
her.
I was
Shay's
going
gonna
to
go with
stay
that.
here.
You're not going to be able to walk to the other villa, are you?
Shay turns to Gris. Nod.
You nod to Chris, and she nods to you. Well then, we are all settled. Would you like this one written out too?
Yeah.
I knew you would.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, Actually, it does not take her very long to write this out. As she is a contract devil, all she has to do is snap her fingers. And there it is.
She needs to know. There's probably a blank space for what Shay's giving in exchange, right?
Yep.
She is going to hold the box up. These are bees.
You say bees, and there's a flash in Chris's eyes, and it's not one of anger or scheming or anything of the sort. It's actual happiness. As she raises a brow. Bees. You are... Shy, do not joke with me. You are carrying bees into a club.
You brought bees into my club?
There's that sense for Gris that she almost can't believe that you would be that. Oh,
I'm back.
Hi.
Hi, I'm back.
What did you hear last?
There's a flash of...
Oh, yes, there's a flash of actual happiness on Gris's face. And she seems to be a little incredulous that you would be this nice. Because she said, don't joke with me, you brought a box of bees to a club. And then Shrap said, you brought bees to my club, question mark? Yes, bees in a trap, indeed.
Oh, fuck. There's just a nod. It's like, yeah. I just picked him up. Where was I gonna put him?
Where were you going to put them?
You had to hold on to him. Can't just leave him out.
I cannot believe you. It's very soft, though, and she's smiling. And she starts to reach for the box, and then stops. May I?
Yeah.
She opens the box. What does she find inside, Amy?
She finds a starter colony of... I'm sure Gris would be able to immediately identify very rare species of bees.
I think it's obvious for everyone to see that prior to this moment, Gris has been a bit of a shit. And very smug and in control of the situation. But when she sees these bees, there's just something that goes a little soft about her. As she raises her free hand, she covers her mouth and she looks down at them. And she looks over to Shay again. Where did you find these?
Read about them. Wrote a couple of letters about getting some of these. Picked them up.
To strangers about this?
Through letters. And
Go on.
And we spoke about the upkeep of them. Planted some flowers for them. So they should be good. And, DM, if you don't mind, I'd like to name these bees Elora bees.
Elora bees, okay. Sure. Gris looks down at these, and she looks just about as happy as can be. Ease.
As can be.
She very gingerly takes the box from you and looks down at them and looks back at you. You brought these all the way to the club. And where were you? No, it does not matter. They are so beautiful. I only mentioned these once.
Yeah. I remembered? And I like bass, so I got him. And we got him. Now, they're mine. Well, I guess technically they're yours too, legally.
You say legally, and something happens here that, Sherry, you've never seen Gris do. Not in all the time you've been living together, and certainly not any time before that. Because she takes the contract she was working on, and she gestures with her hand. It's a very sharp cutting motion. She cuts it in two.
Eyes wide. She could do that?
She's a natural weapon. She could do a lot of things.
No, as in, like, she's a contract devil. She'll just tear up a contract?
She can cancel a contract if it's not fully ratified yet.
Uh-huh.
As she does this, she looks down at the bees and then to you, and then shakes her head. I cannot accept these as a term of a contract. They are a gift and they should stay that way. A very thoughtful one.
She opens her mouth. She closes her mouth. She just nod. Eyes are gonna dart to the group, into the door, back to Gris, back to the bees, to the rolled up rules for the curfew, back to the bees.
Is anyone giving Shay a lifeline here?
Help!
Yeah.
Help!
Shay, don't you have something you need to be doing?
Yeah, I do. That's good. Reminder. Skank, so could ya the gesture to the curfew rules?
This happens, and Gris, it seems to actually take her a second to process that, oh, we're changing gears now. And she goes, oh, well.
She is burning up.
Well, that is quite simple. You cannot leave outside of 9 o'clock unless you are accompanied by a guard or unless you have an emergency or essential reason for doing so. So simply, you need to convince a guard to come with you, or you need to convince a guard that what you are doing is essential.
Turn to look at Strap.
I mean, it is essential.
Yep. Kicking up an outfit.
Picking up 2 outfits. And some rouge.
Gris hums for a second. They did not define essential in the flyer, which is a rookie mistake.
They didn't?
They did not.
Who the fuck wrote that?
It is signed the Justices of Magnamar, which is thoroughly amateurish work.
How'd that get through?
Don't ask me, I didn't write it.
Shrap will lean on the counter. Say, the missus seems a lot more familiar with laws. You mind if she accompany us?
Wow.
Shay's gonna take offense to that. And it wounds, it hurts.
Being
It hurts her
called
deep
Mary,
inside.
right?
Honestly, that was the first strike. The second strike was like, she knows so much more. Oh, she can come. she'll just shoulder that pain. Don't let them in. Don't let them know. just a shrug. Up to Chris.
Well, I can make some time in my schedule. I suppose you are needing someone to plead your case and, well, in case you're caught.
Nod, nod.
Then, well, I do not want to say that I am probably the best person in the city for the job, but I am probably the best person in the city for the job.
It's a nod from Shay.
And along the way, you can tell me all about your new friend, Shay.
Shay looks queasy. Yeah, sure. Not much to say. But yeah.
I'm hoping by now the city guards are gonzo.
They've gotten most of the people out, but there's still 2 or 3 out there. So that's your first hurdle.
Can't.
You could just stay here and drink for a while.
I don't know if Shay wants to be here when the tequila hits Augie's system.
It's already hitting the system, I imagine. You're already too late for that.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, Cody, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong there, but...
No. She's had like probably 3 or 4 shots already.
Jesus fucking... It's been 10 minutes. And up to you. Charlie, your call. This is your mission.
Do you want to try and sneak past? Do you have other machinations? Do you want to try and wait it out?
Do we not have a back door?
You do have a back door.
Okay, yeah. Alleyway it is.
Okay. So, this group is going to take off down the alleyway. And if you're alright with it, I would like to rejoin this group next session, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
And instead, we will fast forward to the morning. Sabine, what time are you heading back from your little adventure?
She wakes up early. Going back, say 6 a.m.
Do you think that she spent the night at that temple, hanging with the nice cleric lady, or did she depart after walking her to the temple?
She hung out.
Okay. So, the next morning, then, you head over to Kaijitsu Manor. Who is up at 6 in the morning? Generally. I suggest Shay.
I mean, Zola's journaling for a little bit.
But, question mark?
How much did she drink?
Sola does not drink to get drunk. She had a respectable, like, 2.5 glasses
Of?
wine.
What is wine? Interesting.
2.5
Augie is
glasses
still
of wine.
asleep.
Yeah, Augie is knocked the fuck out, I imagine.
Aki is still drunk legally.
Shay, if you would like, you can be in this scene. If you would like to avoid temporal nonsense, you can also not be in the scene. Up to you, whichever you would prefer, because this is going to be after Shay's night out, which I don't anticipate will have anything earth-shattering for her, except maybe
so.
homosexual feelings.
She doesn't have those.
Right, of course. How could I possibly have alleged otherwise?
Right. I mean, she goes to bed early. We're just going. It's just a quick 20-minute adventure, right? What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, sure. She's awake. She's always awake at 6 a.m.
So,
She's making breakfast.
in that case, Sola and Shayadress are awake when Sabine gets back. And Sabine, what state are you in as you come into Kaijitsu Manor?
Grade 1.
Yeah, spring in your step. Absolutely no fatigued penalties.
Well, what could have possibly happened with the insomnia checks?
You want to make an insomnia check, Matt?
What is a save? Oh, that's a 1.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Sam is in a state and a half as she comes through the door of Kaijitsu Manor. Shay, this is at the Pink Pony Club? Is that what you're asking?
I think Charlie's asking if Shayadress is because Augie is staying there.
Right, I forgot Augie is at the Pink Pony Club. She's not at the Kaijitsu Manor.
Mm-hmm.
Can she send Dave for a delivery?
Yeah, you have send, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she's making hangover breakfast to be delivered by Dave.
Bless you.
So, Sab, what's the first thing you do when you come in through the doors?
I don't think she was really thinking that far ahead.
Fair.
She's like, oh, well, I have to go back. Don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like, normally you'd go back and be like, I need sleep. But you can't.
It is late enough in the day that you know that ship has sailed.
I think she just sits in the first chair she can find and puts her head in her hands.
Well, Shay, as you're cooking, you hear the door open, which is strange. But then again, Sab didn't come home last night. At least you didn't smell her in the manor when you came home last night. So, where are you at 6 in the morning? Are you helping to cook? Are you cleaning up?
If Shay's up and cooking, I imagine Sola is helping making some tea.
Tea! Yes! Breakfast tea!
Then you also hear the door open at 6 in the goddamn morning.
Eyebrow.
Sola kind of tilts her head at the sound and looks at Shay, watching to see if Shay smells something strange.
Shay, eyebrow, tilt of the head, looks at Sola, tilts head up, stiff sniff. Is it Sab?
It's Sab, but man, does she smell terrible.
Define terrible, as in just stinky?
I imagine that she's like, well, she went into the river for a bit, so you smell river water. You smell alcohol. And you smell something that just seems to persist around Shalelu, which is awful.
Does she smell blood?
Yes, as part of the awful.
Okay. She scrunches up her face. And I imagine she was making like a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Like the ultimate like hangover like breakfast, and she was like in the middle of like carefully rolling it up in like a handkerchief. Made a couple of them, right? She was she asked Sola to make a thermos of tea to send like a little thing of tea. She stops. She puts down the care package. And she's gonna call out. Not too loud, because others are sleeping. I'm assuming Mesmine is sleeping.
She might not be, to be honest, but go on.
Yeah, I don't know. To be polite to the universe. Sam? The fuck happened to you?
I'm fine.
No.
Yes.
So what? She's bleeding.
Scylla kind of tilts her head and will just sigh and makes a cup of tea, starts wandering to where she just heard Sabiel's voice.
Sabiel is looking rough, Sola. Not in the sense that she has a great deal of bruises or anything of that nature, though there's one or two, but those are kind of par for the course for Sabiel. But there's a bit of sallowness to her skin in some places. It seems as if something happened, but you're not sure what.
So it kind of pauses in the door and tilts her head again. Hey, you had quite a night. Ah, first cup.
Thank you. She'll take the tea, stare at it, just drink it hot. She could use some tea right now. I imagine her hand is probably bandaged at this point.
Yes, absolutely bandaged. It's a fresh bandage, though, Sola.
So I imagine we'll give just long enough for her to start drinking the tea before she will take that hand and examine it. And then just kind of like pull her arm and like examine her, like give her a once over. So don't worry about something being broken.
Don't think nothing's broken. At least I hope not.
Did you get in more gladiator fights?
Not this time.
She'll kind of shake her head and look towards the kitchen. She is in a state, but she is whole. Letting Shay know that Sabiel is fine.
That's good. She's gonna come in with Dave and the little care package. She's gonna give him a kiss on the head. Ruffle. Little scritches.
Yeah, he's enjoying this attention. He has a job to do, so he's not doing backflips, but he's puffing his wings out. Unnecessarily.
I don't know. John is here, so he might be doing backflips.
He's not doing... Look, he's not going to mess up his job.
Job is important.
He can't drop his little picnic basket.
Were he not burdened with the picnic basket, he would be doing backflips.
And she's gonna open up a window. Some more scritches. send him off. It's a very neatly packaged sandwiches. It's a little mini thermos of tea. It's got a little note. Got extra napkins too. It's very like, what do you mean a 22-year-old made this and not a 50-something-year-old? She's gonna turn to Sab, scrunch her nose. And why'd you go if in the river?
You and your nose.
I don't think you have to have her nose once you get this close.
Point.
Thank you kindly.
So, are you gonna tell us what happened?
Just had something needed taken care of.
In the river.
As it so happens, yes. Short of it is I was able to catch up with a cult member and show him a good time.
Sola kind of blinks. And then there is that expression that can only be seen by somebody that is surrounded by people that is too young. And there's just like a very, very light, just hard enough to make a sound but not hurt, like smack to Sabiel's forehead and the cure light wounds. Okay.
Quick question. Are we like just standing in like the entryway? Are we like at a table now?
Well,
I imagine you're in like the foyer.
yeah, she sat down in a chair, so.
Okay. Okay. Shay. Her eyes gonna glaze over for a second. She's going to turn and head into the kitchen. 2 minutes later, she comes back with another bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on a plate.
If that's for Sabiel,
It is.
I will give you for free that she's a vegetarian.
Okay, understood. I forego her. What is Sabiel? What breakfast does she like?
Now you're asking the hard questions.
You get oatmeal then.
Overnight
And
oats.
Yes. Here.
Thank you, Shay.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about everything?
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna start. So as you so kindly so back at the gladiator arena, met a nice young lady who told me that members of this cult of North looking to pick up people. She was an only tiefling, so not much of a fighter, but she was huge. And so they tried to convince her to join. And I thought, well, I'm also huge. What if I try and get their attention?
So you went into Dexter muscles until you were able to get their attention.
Yeah, something like that.
DM, may I call a doubt?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll sense motive, bluff opposed.
Gotta tell you, Matt, not any better at lying than Shay is. Yeah, that's a 1.
Yeah, Shay, you've got her dead to rights.
That's a 30.
It's close. That's a total of 2.
So, Shay, what exactly was the phrasing? I was looking at a spell that you just used, Matt. Matt?
Oh, I thought you said a spell that I just used, Matt, and I was like, did I use a spell?
Oh, it's what exactly was the phrasing? M dash. I was looking at a spell. M dash. Matt question mark.
She said yeah, something like that.
To flexing her muscles until the cultists show up, right?
Yes.
Shay, that's definitely more than just flexing muscles you smell on Spiel there. On top of the awful, now that you're getting close to her, you can smell just something's weird. Something that's kind of scintillating against your palate as you're smelling it. There's some kind of poison.
Bale?
That's me.
What'd you do?
I did what I had to do.
Which was?
Went around and asked how someone would get the attention. Found out they were real big into blood. Got myself some, painted myself with it, and went and waited. It worked. God knows how. And, was just going to try to play for information when I saw sawdust on their hands, kind of saw red for a bit, so caught back up with them. They're floating somewhere downstream right now.
Is gonna turn to Sola. And question DM, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how like bad and fucked up is what Sabine did?
What she told you she did, or what she did?
What she told.
What she implied to you there is a murder.
Yeah.
Which is not great.
Mm-hmm.
Those are illegal.
Those are illegal. I don't know if you've known that.
Yeah.
They are illegal in Magdebar. So, murders are bad. If it's a cultist, that complicates matters. Perhaps it was self-defense, but it did not sound very self-defense-y from the way that Sabine is phrasing it. And, it seems like she should have maybe gotten a guard or something if it happened this way.
And on a 30 versus a 2, can Shay tell there's something else missing?
Yes, on a 30 versus a 2, she is not telling you the full truth of what happened.
Look at Sabine. Sam? What? No, it's not all of it.
You know... Okay, what do you want to say?
Truth? That's all I ever want.
Should have known that.
Look, it's me and Sola. Can't you tell us? Look to Sola for like, yeah, right?
Sola is very pointedly quiet, just listening. Poking and prodding at places that she thinks might need to be bandaged or more properly cleaned.
Do you want to make me a heal check, Sola? Or an alchemy check? Or an herbalist check?
Or the 5 billion skills she has for this?
Yes.
Let me see here. Which one of these is the highest? So even if I roll the 1 on an alchemy check, that's a 19. So, let me see here. That's an 18 plus a 17.
18 plus 17, my god. That's certainly enough to
Ooh.
identify, firstly, that Zabeel was poisoned. Secondly, that there's still some poison in her system. She's taken 1 point of strength drain, which is the very bad one. And that's just going to hang around until it's fixed. You can identify the kind of poison that was used on her as well. It's called Shadow Essence. It's very hard to get a hold of. Costs 250 gold for a single dose.
Sola just kind of like is frowning a little bit more. Let me read my ability really fast.
What's it called again?
Shadow Essence.
Shadow Essence.
So I guess she's gonna pull out one of her special herb witch remedies. So if there's a save that Zabeel had to roll, I can roll for it to fucking reverse it, stop it, whatever.
Oh, no. So Zabeel has already, like, gotten over the worst of it, but this is Drain. So you'll need lesser restoration, I believe.
So we have to go find a priest. Okay.
Yes, it's a very cheap spell, but yes.
I think we do have either potions or scrolls of it.
Yes,
we
you did buy stuff there.
We have to. I feel like that's something Yes, I have 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Solo would know the shade stocked up on those.
So Solo would just, like, kind of frown after a moment. Shay, do you still have those scrolls of restoration?
And Shay was zeroing in on Zabeel. Blinks and turns to Sola. Yeah. Does she need them?
She nods.
He's gonna from bag, pull out scroll, hand to Sola.
I think Sola can actually cast that one. I think that one's on you, Shay.
Oh, okay.
Again, Sola is not really meant to heal. So most, like 90% of the things that are healing, she does not have access to.
Look at the scroll. And I don't think she uses magic very often.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't. I've avoided magic by multi-classing into half-casters.
Yeah, but next level you take!
What if I just multi-class a 3rd class?
Oh my god!
Just avoid spells. Let me...
You could take
first.
fighter levels.
Hell yeah. Gonna knock off an amusing one. And, she's going to step closer to Sabine, unwind the scroll, and very, very, gently rest a hand on Sabile's shoulder. And she channels the magic. She's a little shaky, she's a little nervous. She more so knows this in theory. She watched, people do this. Probably Nualia when she was younger.
Oh, it was absolutely Nualia.
Yeah. It's like, how did Newt do it? Okay, she's this? Okay, I've got this.
Solo will help with it as much as she can.
Please.
Solo, even though this is divine magic, you understand enough of the principles and enough of how to shape the syllables that are needed in order to, help out with this. Shay, as you speak your first shaky words of magic, a soft pink light emerges from your hands and seeps into Sab's skin.
Why is it pink?
And Sab, you can go ahead and mark that drain off.
Hell, look at you, Shay. Didn't know you had that in you.
I didn't either. So, can you please just tell us what happened? What'd you do? We can help you fix it.
I don't know how much there is to fix. It's not with them. They, poison themselves. Best I can tell with this group, it's like the mask we found back in the Misgivings. Doesn't seem like it's just that people are following a god or something. There's something else to it. Green glow to the eye. Fanaticism that, just ain't right.
There's a nod. I was like, okay, good to know. Okay, but you're not answering the question.
Just I'm just a bit worried there's a bit of that in me.
A bit of what? Fanaticism.
Whatever evil there is, I don't know. It's hard to put into words.
Are you talking about the cult stuff or evil in general?
I had a priestess who said when I ran by, my eyes were glowing green, and you know as well as I, Shay, what the last time we saw that was.
It's a flinch. Last time I checked, you're not doing rituals to try and turn yourself into a demon, yeah?
Best I know, but be happening for no reason either.
Tab, you also found a spell book among this person's belongings. You could produce that?
Shay's gonna sniff it if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You have the world's most emotional police dog staring at you.
The dog knows you have contraband.
What are you gonna do about it, dog?
Cry. It's very effective on Sabine.
Yeah, I mean, if Shay starts crying, it'll work.
Bet. Is Sola still observing?
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't been chased off, so let's just kind of sit there taking it all in. She's very clearly Sabine has been through some shit. But now you guys are talking about something that she, if she is catching the vibe correctly, is less enthused about.
Then Shay is going to gently place hand on Sabile's uninjured hand. Sam! You're not evil. Last time I checked.
Shay, I know this is hard for you to believe, but everyone's got some evil deep down inside them.
I know. But you're not.
Doesn't mean I'm not capable.
Anyone is. Look. Question for you. Do you think that I'm evil?
Shay, if there was a last thing in this world that wasn't evil, it'd be you.
She nods. And her tail is kind of twitching and kind of swishing back and forth. And her eyes kind of glance at Sola of like, okay, you're here too. Okay, you're here too. Okay, this is fine. Everything is fine. Yeah, and it's a pretty sure it's a choice.
Yeah. Sometimes we make the wrong choice.
But you haven't. Not that I've seen. And if I'm not able, even though I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be, meant to be, then you aren't either. You do your best to help people. Even right now.
It ain't all as glamorous as that.
Things hardly ever are, really. But if you think that I'm the farthest thing from evil, despite having to, well, work through a lot of urges ahead, still do, then you sure as fuck ain't evil.
Well, thank you for saying so. I'm just not as sure as you are.
I can be sure for the both of us.
Alright then, deal.
Good. There's a sigh of like, okay. Whew. I look towards Sola. Oh, did I do good?
There's a kind of faint smile on Sola's face, and she'll nod at Shay. Kind of just calmly rebandaging a few things here and there. So it's a whole adventure to come across some of these cultists, yes?
Yeah, it's about the size of it.
Did you find anything useful?
Got him to talk for a bit. Got a fancy knife they cut me up with. Some magic implements, and their hands had some sawdust and gunpowder. I mean, first thing that came to mind with sawdust was probably obvious, but wouldn't make much sense for that to still be here after all this time. Not what I was thinking in the moment, but gotta be sawmills in town, and can't imagine there are any people dealing gunpowder here. Thought I'd ask Mez about that, though, don't know if I got too much information on that.
So dust and gunpowder. I don't think I like that combination.
Yeah, I thought you wouldn't.
And you are burning that dagger, yes?
I'm learning all I can about it first.
And then you're burning that dagger.
I mean, I got fire that hot.
Luckily you have a friend that's a blacksmith.
Well, might as well take a look at it now. See if you have any better ideas than I do about it.
So, you're looking over the magic stuff?
Mm-hmm.
The dagger is a +2 vicious dagger. And the spell book is quite extensive, Sola. Whoever this person was, they were no fucking novice. This thing is thick with 2 C's.
God damn.
And I'll put the list of spells in here in loot. And you can learn spells from here. They're on your spell list. Shayla's can also learn these spells because they are all on her spell list. But I will tell you for free that whoever they are, they seem to have had quite a focus on necromancy.
Damn. Just the fucking spell list doesn't stop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Got some highlights in here, like animate dead.
Tiny hut.
Tiny hut is in here. Ray of exhaustion is in here. Vampiric step is in here.
Sounds sick as fuck.
Howling agony is in here.
Like Sola at first you give the book and is like, huh, what is this? Is like mildly impressed as she just like does a quick flip through, like, okay, that's a lot of spells. This is something that's been, and as she starts like stops and starts actually like reading like halfway through, you see her like go from like mildly curious to a frown, and then shakes her head. Did you kill the one that had this, or did you just find it?
Well, I mean, guess I was gonna kill him, but they took care of that themselves.
This is somebody that's been practicing magic for a very long time. And somebody who tends towards the more unpleasant side of magic. Some of these I have not seen since I lived far north.
Can't help but feel it's not like they even tried to use magic against me. It came even with a knife.
Then perhaps someone that you faced was not the real wizard yet.
I don't really know. That feather on the cover ring any bells to you?
Ah, yes. There's a mother of pearl inlay feather on the cover.
Does this ring any bells?
Go ahead and make me a knowledge religion check.
That is a 24.
24. So I'll give you a boost in particular to this as well. So you've seen stuff like this once or twice before, but this was several lifetimes ago. You were journeying in the mountains, and there was someone you encountered who had gotten quite lost to end up in Siha as they did, but they were alleging that they were looking for a temple that belonged to a god called the Peacock Spirit. You had no earthly idea what the fuck they were talking about, but they told you a bit about their god. It's a very obscure figure. It seems to be kind of a hereditary religion. This was a child who was adopted out, so to speak, and was trying to reunite with the rest of their family. You weren't able to find that temple. They did mention that it's up in a set of mountains somewhere. It's very obscure, though.
And she's kind of tilts her head a little bit, and you see her kind of trace the outline of the feather for a moment. Eyes getting a little foggy. This is a old religion. Very small. Worship some figure God's legend. Only met one worshipper in my time. Oh, I don't recall them being. And she just kind of like flips the cover open and just kind of gestures vaguely towards the spells. Particularly unpleasant and necromantic like this one is.
Sabine looks as though you've told her bad news that she was expecting. Like, a family member had passed that she'd been expecting to for a while. Huh. That's so. Peacock spirit.
Does that mean something to you?
Yeah.
And you're not going to expand on what it means to you, I assume.
It's a long story, and I am very tired.
Insula's lips kind of thin for a moment of like, yep, more questions. Okay, you were talking about questions being heavy the other day. Fine. And she just kind of waves her hand. Yeah, this is good to keep from whoever might be able to use it. And I think we should function as if there's at least one, if not multiple, powerful casters amongst this cult. Ones that might even have undead at their command. And she kind of looks pointedly at Shave, like, well, you know what you're looking for now. And before she looks back to Sabine. And if you're about to try and go to bed, bathe first.
Yes, Mom.
You might be comfortable in your own field, but I also know that you are not immune from getting sick.
A funny story about that.
You really want to tempt it with whatever is in that river. Probably as old as the elves.
Look, I've finally come to understand the technique my father taught me a long time ago.
Not giving a shit is not a technique.
Look, just try and disease me then.
Bathe.
I was gonna bathe. You think I like this?
With Sabine sauntering off to the bathroom, I think that's a good place to call it. And we will be starting next session with our jaunty crew that's going off to go visit Theo. How's that sound? Everybody good with that?
One quick question.
Yes.
How did the day of delivery go for Augie?
Augie, there's a tapping, as if someone was gently rapping upon the Pink Pony Club window. You do get your free tea and double order of bacon, egg, and cheese, though. Is Augie a bacon, egg, and cheese bitch?
Oh yeah, like if you've seen Birds of Prey, like that's how serious she is about it. When it arrives, I imagine she's got like a eyelash like hanging off of her cheek, and her makeup's all smeared from the night before, and she just smashes that sandwich.
It's extremely undignified. Augie, nobody who ever saw you eat this sandwich would ever for a second buy the hoity-toity facade you sometimes put up. Just means it's a good thing no one's around to see you eat it.
It came with a little note.
What's in the note?
Good morning. Please eat up and drink the tea. Sola made it. Take your time. Please. Try not to make a mess. See you soon.
Aww.
Feel better. Signed, Shay.
It's so precious.
Do you remember to tip Dave?
Dave does hold out an iPad with a tip indicator on it.
He doesn't just hold out a talon and kind of rub each other.
No, he's got an iPad. Which button are you pressing?
She's gonna like glance around as if someone's looking. No
scritches.
No
scritches.
No
3 scritches.
Dave
no
will remember
scritches.
this. Dave will remember this.
My personal bird hatred runs deep.
Damn.
Shay, the next time you try to deliver something to Augie, you're going to have to make a check. Please note that down.
Okay. Oh God, oh no. Because the next time is going to be important, isn't it?
Yeah.